Here we're down to our couple of 4 minutes of promotion, self-promotion, and relaxation, kind of ease the tension out. And we got some very fun topics for the people. We'll start out at the 4 minute mark. We got like 20 seconds. Anything you want to say for like 20 seconds? Should be fun, exciting. Give people 20 more seconds to hop into it.
Oh, like you said, we have a whole bunch of good stuff to go over. I'm excited. We're gonna go ham on some people. I hope some people are on notice.
Oh, sounds good. All right, man. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ham. Let's get it started. The first topic of the day that we have going on for us today on Sunday, Valentine's Day. Happy birthday to all the Sunday people. We got to show some love to the Utah Jazz. We got to show some love, but at the same time, we got to keep it realistic because, we're talking sports, which means that we want to try to make sure we're not too biased, but just biased enough, right?
Right.
The Utah Jazz, they are 22-5, 7-game winning streak, 9-1 in the last 10, and the only loss was to the Nuggets. I called it a matchup problem for them because Jokic is, in theory, better, more well-rounded than Mr. Rudy Gobert, and they were on an 11-game winning streak. Now they are 7. What do you think about the Utah Jazz? Are they contenders, pretenders, regular season Cinderellas?
Well, it's interesting. When I saw you put them on the topic list, I was not aware that they were 22-5. So I had to go back and kind of look and see. They've won 18 out of their last 19 games. So that's impressive. They beat the Heat last night, who were really playing well up until that point. But I have two things for any of the Jazz fans, just as a word of caution. Your coach is Quinn Snyder, so we'll just be careful there. And then secondly, we have a history now of them being a really good regular season team and then not getting it done in the playoffs. So this wouldn't be the first time that they've looked really good in the regular season. Mitchell's playing great. Gobert's being an anchor. They have Royce O'Neal playing well now.
Yeah, he's in the starting lineup. He's kicking ass, right?
Yeah, and so no disrespect, but I want to see it in the playoffs because they've done this before. What do you think?
I think we're kind of on the same path of it. I do believe they should be taken seriously. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go out and be like Shaq and call them out because I would first of all, I think they set up a fire under them, and I keep saying this look, you set up a fire into this team, and honestly, I'm happy for the Jazz. I get a chance to go watch them play every now and then with the family. We're hoping to make it happen with the family this season, but yeah, like you said, I want to see it when it counts. I want to see it. Game 7 on the finals where there's a home game or away game. Right now it will be a home game, but if they have to play, if they fall out of the top 4, which is a possibility since early on, they just may not be able to make it. Also, their rotation is pretty suspect. Don't get me wrong. They have Jordan Clarkson and the return of Derek Favors, but at the same time, outside of those two, who can you count in the long run?
You can't. I mean, you're right. The bench is a little weak. They probably have a trade they need to make. And the other thing is, outside of Mitchell, who can get any shot at any time, but outside of him, who's going to go get that bucket? Is it going to be Bojan? What? I think they need a second option on offense.
I think I will give him credit though because Bogdanovic, he was injured for the playoffs last year, so we'll give him that bit of what you call it. We'll give him that bit of a bias in a sense because they were a little shorthanded without Bogdanovic, who's a great shooter. I don't really like his game, but I feel like he's a shooter. Shooters will shoot. Either he's hot, he's on. It's one of those things. It's like 50-50 on it, right? I'm 50-50 on Bogdanovic, but I'm happy that he's back. But at the same time, Mike Conley, it's still in and out. I just feel like this team has a lot. It's very suspect. I'm happy they're doing good because I want to see the closest team to my home team do good. But at the same time, I think they're a regular season Cinderella. And yeah, I want them to be contenders. I don't want them to be pretenders. But regular season Cinderella, I think that's the category that we'll fall into.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting them. Until I see it in the playoffs, that's where they're gonna stay.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like the Houston Rockets last year. The regular season didn't matter. It was really about the playoffs. Are there